Now, shifting our focus to the conflict in West Asia, U.S. President Donald Trump is scrambling for a deal with Iran. Countless ultimatums, aerial bombardment and naval blockade. Nothing seems to have deterred Iran from its nuclear enrichment program. Now, Tehran continues to maintain that its nuclear enrichment program is non-negotiable. Iran and U.S. have been at odds with each other over nuclear enrichment program for more than 2 decades. Diplomatic negotiations across multiple administrations continued. Even breakthroughs were reached, but Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium has now reached its peak. Tehran now has 9,040 kilograms of uranium stockpile. Let's go down memory lane to understand how it reached this point. Well, Iran began enriching uranium to industrial grade in the year 2006. 5 years later, it started enriching uranium to 20%. 20% is a critical milestone, as enrichment gets easier once it hits the 20% mark. Now, after years of negotiations, Iran and U.S. along with 6 other nations signed Iran nuclear deal in 2015. This is when Iran reduced its nuclear stockpile to 299 kgs. But a year later, Donald Trump took over the presidency in 2016. He withdrew from Iran nuclear deal in 2018, prompting Iran to restart its nuclear enrichment program. Under the Biden administration, Iran rapidly expanded its nuclear enrichment program and took it to 60%, which is the closest it has ever been to attaining a nuclear weapon. Cut to 2026, Iran is estimated to have 9,040 kilograms of enriched uranium, the peak of its uranium stockpile, but much of this is believed to have been buried underneath the rubble created by U.S. strikes during June 2025. Now, let's understand how close Iran is to enriching uranium to weapons grade. Majority of Iran's uranium stockpile is enriched at lower levels. Around 184 kgs of Iran's uranium is at the 20% enrichment level. According to estimates, Iran has 440 kilograms of uranium enriched at the 60% level. And this is lower than 90% enrichment, which is needed for nuclear weapon. According to IAEA Chief Rafael Grossi, the 60% enriched material is enough to theoretically produce material sufficient for over 10 nuclear weapons, if further refined to 90%. Iran has limited cooperation with the IAEA after the U.S. carried out strikes on its nuclear sites in 2025. Exchange of proposals are taking place between Iran and the United States as we speak. Trump pulled out of Iran nuclear deal to secure a better deal, but so far, Iran's uranium program only seems to have strengthened. Well, earlier we spoke to retired Lieutenant Colonel Daniel L. Davis. He's a military expert and host of Daniel Davis Deep Dive on YouTube. And here's what he had to say. Listen in.
I dismiss that entirely. That's just President Trump is routinely doing that kind of thing. Now he had another AI-generated image of himself earlier this morning to where he was playing Tony Stark in an Iron Man movie and changed up to be Iran. So I just don't pay any attention to that whatsoever. The only thing we pay attention to is what he actually does on the ground there. And I think that he is getting a lot of information from his military commanders not to take this opportunity for strike because they too recognize that it will have a backfire effect from Iran and it will not accomplish the objective on the ground because it's just the country of Iran is too big and their issues and their military capacities are buried under mountainsides and you're not going to be able to penetrate those. We've tried and we haven't succeeded. And another round is not going to change any of that, but it could cause more damage to our allies and to our economy because that will push back the possibility of getting the strait opened up. It won't help. So I hope they don't do it.